Every student comes to college with a laptop. Most students will opt out of taking notes by hand and use their laptops instead.
When given the choice to use laptops or not in class, normally I always use it. I always pull it out. Whether I'm using it for class or for distracting myself is a different story, but I always use it.
Not only are students distracted on their own laptops, but other students' laptops are just as distracting.
I personally do get distracted when I see other kids on their laptops. Like, I read people's conversations that they're having on Facebook with one another. Like, I get very distracted, especially if they're sitting in front of me.
Chris Hackala is Quinnipiac University's new Director of University Teaching and Learning.
There is a study that suggested that handwriting notes is more effective than laptops. Now that study has caused all kinds of faculty to say, well, see, that's why I want to give. But I believe that it's not about the handwriting or the typing. It's about the construction of what you're putting down. There's a lot of basic research in cognition that shows that when students have to reframe what's said in a different way, no matter what medium they put it out in, their memory for that information is going to be better.
Instead of using laptops as a distraction, Professor Hackala encourages professors to use it as a tool to engage their students.
Over the years, technology has always been introduced as this is going to save education, this is going to make students smarter. And every time you fall back in a position, well, it's just another tool. It's just one other thing to help students, but it doesn't replace the interaction, if it's an engaging interaction where the faculty member and the students, and then the students and the students are able to engage in viewing things from a different perspective, evaluating things under different conditions, considering options they might not have considered before. That's where the learning takes place. And if the tool, the computer, the technology helps, great. If it doesn't, turn it off because it's a distraction.
Molly Yannity is a journalism professor who allows students to use their laptops in her class.
You don't need technology to not pay attention. Okay, so the first thing that I'm trying to do is I want my students to be using Twitter. I want them to be on the computer. So the thing is I expect the students to be courteous, but I also have to be providing them with something to hold their attention. And so for me, it's really a two-way street. I'm here and I'm trying to teach you something, and I don't want to stand up there for 2 hours and waste my time, and I sure as heck don't want to waste your time. So, I just expect a little courtesy back.
If used as a tool to engage students, laptops can be helpful. But there is a fine line between distraction and engagement. I'm Isabella Roman, Q30 News.